democracy. Lock them up. For sedition against democratic philosophies. Lock them up. For holding back security against the legislatures of the country. Lock them up. I remember when Donald Trump had that sign about Hillary Clinton that she needed to get locked up. Well, guess what? That sign now applies to Donald Trump. He has lost all privilege, and he must be locked up. No, either the 25th Amendment must be applied, or he must be impeached. He must be. And once after he's impeached, he must be. This is not an if, but, or maybe. He must be tried and then imprisoned for treason against the democracy. There is no other way. This has nothing to do with race. This has nothing to do with class. None of that shit. This has to do with democracy. The senators and congressmen who have been selling lies and using inappropriate moments in the judicial and constitutional system to propagate these lies, the same thing they accuse the legislature and the courts of doing, they are doing. Remove them from their jobs. Remove them from their post. They have violated their oath. Replace them with others. The countries will need better representation. But they have violated their oath. There is a caveat. You have sworn an oath to office. You may have been elected, but you have sworn an oath. In other words, responsible governance. The ones that have been elected must be held accountable. If you represent a certain state, it is not only the populist decision that may be correct, sometimes based on legal grounds and moral and ethic grounds. You have to grow a pair and correct your constituents. I've seen former presidents do the same. I have seen George W. Bush correct the American people. I have seen Barack Obama correct the American people. I have seen George H.W. Bush Sr. correct the American people and do things which are not populist opinion. If you don't have the moral fabric, if you do not have the character for the post, you must be deposed of the post. And this will be shown in your actions. And Donald Trump has disqualified himself. He's no longer just an outlier. He has attacked the centrality of democracy while it was being carried out. And that, my friends, disqualifies him from his role as president of the United States. And action must be taken immediately and swiftly. And the majority of people in America must speak out against this. His faction of people, and especially those mobsters and those militants and those militias and those people who are supporting him and carried out his verdict, must not hold the entire of the United States of America to ransom. We are not going to be intimidated by terrorists of which Donald Trump is the principal one. And so, no matter what anybody says, this must be done. He will not be allowed to do any more of this stuff for the next couple of days. They must remove him from office. And him and his little charlatans, if they pull that little gig again, kill them. If that ain't as straight as it needs to be, I don't know what it is, but there will be no mercy. None. People have died. People have done some hideous and evil things to keep democracy as we know it. And for those of you who don't understand what is going on, because you benefit from democracy, once it's taken, it won't come back. It won't come back. What happened yesterday was a spiritual attack on democracy. Everything you cherish and value, you do not even understand, has been seared and attacked. And there must be an immediate response to that. It must be quelled and squashed now. Because regardless of whether Joe Biden goes into power next, that element will be there. And Donald Trump will be there. And just like Adolf Hitler, he failed twice. And then he rose to power. That's exactly what will fester. It must be stopped now. This is not a game. And I'm pretty sure, bipartisanly, there are several Republicans and especially the people in that protect the nation understand how serious this is. I don't want to hear anybody explain anything away. There's not this calls for direct, forceful, powerful action that will be recorded in history. This is not something to play around with. This precedent must be destroyed immediately and stomped down into the ground and crushed. There is no room for negotiation. There is no room for joking or playing around or pussyfooting around on this issue. Otherwise, it's only a matter of time before the bomb will explode and Hitler will come out of his bottle. And this man can, on the moment's drop of a notice, declare martial law. So if you guys want to play the fool right now and play politics, go ahead. But this is to be taken extremely seriously. And that's why I have been only doing solo videos on this. I haven't been talking about entertainment. I haven't been talking about anything else. I've been talking about this issue. It's that serious. And all you have to do is pull up one of the pictures right now and see what the ideology of these people was. And this is what Trump represents. It's an ideology of a human being becoming an idol and replacing a system. And these people will not change who actually plugged that ideology in. They are beyond change now. But those who are changeable, who may have voted for Donald Trump, may have believed him and are now horrified by what they see in real time, they are savable. But some of these people are simply not savable. Just like Donald Trump is not savable. He cannot be controlled. He is a president that is unfit for office. Don't tell me about functional. He's not functional. A functional president supports democracy. He is not functional. He must be removed from office for treason. Period. How much more forceful do I need to be on this issue? Stop pussyfooting around. Get it done. I'm out of here.